Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Youth's Fresh Start program doing its part to prepare young people for the job market. There are 50 students enrolled in the initiative that includes 3 phases and several areas of study. Our Aja Quant fills us in.
Successful on a job.
Programs coordinator at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Carla Brown-Roker, says employers around the nation discovered the lack of technical and soft skill. Therefore, the Fresh Start program is in place to correct that issue through personal development, job readiness, technical skills, and workplace internship.
It's a 16-week program, in essence 4 months. And this time around, we have sole partnership with BTVI, who is the epicenter for technical skills training in our country. And we offer 5 trades that participants had to choose from. So we have a welding class, we have a carpentry electrical class, we have a data entry QuickBooks class, a food and beverage class, and a computer technology class.
Shiloh Prince, Fresh Start Program Coordinator at BTVI, says they are the education provider, partnering with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, adding that the students are ecstatic about the program.
This is the first time in the history of the program that I have seen this amount of energy from the students. It's positive energy. They're here early, they're leaving late. They have a break, and sometimes you have to run them out of the class because they don't want to take the break. They just want to stay in and work. I think that we meet a time now where they're interested in learning because they're thinking beyond learning. They're thinking that learning now is basically an opportunity to get me to where I actually want to go. And I believe that's why they're acting that way.
Not only is the program equipping their students for workplace in the Bahamas, but Brown-Roker says they will be receiving NCCER training and OSHA safety, which is preparing them for work internationally.
The program is known to impact the workplaces in the country. In Grand Bahama, when we run this program, we get between 60 and 70% employment immediately following the internship process. And it is simply because we address the whole person.
Brown-Roker says the students train with Pastor Wayne Carey, who interacts and presents ways in which they can get to know themselves better. Pastor Carey says one of the areas that piques his interest most is IQ testing, as it is the perfect way for the students to identify their natural ability.
In the workplace, they are saying a lot of young people are coming in the workplace and they don't know how to. Sometimes they may have good IQ, have good skills, and they may have that natural ability, but then on one end, they don't know how to work with people. So you're in the workplace, you don't know how to work with people when it comes to do with conflict. It has to do, so that part of it is very important. Just, having the natural ability is good, but they need that overall, development, getting along with people, having issues, how you're going to deal with that. And so, the development, the overall development, that's very important to, when they go in the workplace to be able to, for someone to give them the nod and, these are the things that's going to help them to get promotions. But if you're not good with people, you don't know how to get along, then it's not going to work for them.
Now, Brown-Roker says that it is important that they continue this trend of training young persons for the workplace, adding that they want to continue encouraging them, keeping them focused, and assist in the transition from childhood to adulthood. I'm Aja Quant, ZNES Network News.
Well, in other news, this is Police Month, and the top brass of the local police department, along with urban renewal officers, reaching out today to members of the public, presenting them with food items. The Urban Renewal Center on Fabricia Drive was the distribution site. Here again, it's Aja Quant.
Police Month continues in the Pine Ridge community today as police officials give out care packages. Assistant Commissioner of Police Theophilus Cunningham says a simple act of kindness goes a long way.
We believe that this act of kindness would ensure members of the public of our continued commitment to ensure that their safety, their well-being and their welfare is of paramount importance.
ACP Cunningham says they have taken this time to give back to the communities that they serve, and it is another effort to bridge the gap and increase the level of trust between the police and the community.
We don't intend to police this district in isolation. We intend to partnership with the members of the public to ensure that the trust level increase and that they can confide in us to police the district and to police them by their consent and not by force.
Now he says the response from the public has been overwhelming as they continue to help the police in the various communities.
Our community partners and us have become so confident in each other that they're reaching out to the various commanders in the district, and when something happens, they're reporting that information. They want to ensure that their community is crime-free.
Now, ACP Cunningham says that there are a number of initiatives set to begin in the coming weeks that communities can look forward to. I'm Azure Quant, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Reach Out Youth Organization continuing to support residents in the West Grand Bahama community. President Dudley Said says it was important for them to be able to touch the lives of everyone throughout the entire island this past weekend.
A lot of times the folks in the West, Grand Bahama, and them have a back to school giveaway, Christmas giveaway. They have the total lines up in the Freeport area. So the Lord laid on my heart to partner along with our Omar with Powerhouse Gym to bring the same programs up in the West. Today we had the opportunity to feed 100 residents. We did free breakfast, and I had the opportunity to sit down to hear their needs. One gentleman came, said his roof is leaking, he needs some tops. Another lady came today, she got some Pampers. So what we're trying to do is to, just to show the people in the West they're not forgotten.
Well, Program Director in West Grand Bahama and owner of Powerhouse Fitness Gym, Omar Isaacs, says they thought it necessary to bring more activities and programs for young men in the West.
Physical activity, that's a part of what we do here at Powerhouse Gym, but we take it a step further where we're now launching a database, day labor data bank. A Reach Out will help persons who are unemployed to get onto employers' radar to get a job on a daily basis. It's one of the programs. The next program will be financial literacy. The third Monday of every month, we're going to have, starting next one, we're going to have financial literacy, especially for the young men. The data bank, we had to date about 100+ persons that have signed up and registered. There are many people who have gotten employed through one-day one-offs, but we're looking to try and help people to get on full-time employment. About 52 persons thus far have gotten, we sent them on interviews. So the take-up has been wonderful, and we just want to continue to ask persons to come to Powerhouse Gym, come to Reach Out Community Center in Freeport in order to sign themselves up.
Well, welcome to tonight's sports. A big effort being made to promote soccer at the primary school level. The woman who has been at the forefront for some time is leading the way. Azure Quant has this story.
The Grand Bahama Soccer Club president, Mary Knowles, donates goal posts to Hugh Campbell Primary School. She says she finds the time fitting as soccer is an outdoor sport and COVID-19 is still with us.
It's a great time for soccer to be on the rise with COVID and it being outdoors and less likely to, catch COVID if you're outdoors in the breeze. We selected Hugh Campbell for a number of reasons. It's close to town and country, so I'd be able to come up here at lunchtime and look. And also, Mr. Bethel has been very gracious. He knew about it for about a year and a half, but COVID has put a setback.
Principal at Hugh Campbell Primary says the soccer posts will assist students greatly during their breaks, adding that students can now be involved in positive sporting activities.
What we've learned is that many of our children have this sedentary lifestyle, and with these soccer posts we can get our children very active, especially during our breaks,
Coach Mary says that although soccer is not a Bahamian sport, she has always wanted to put goalposts in the schools, making it a part of the culture.
It's a very exciting time for us, and we have 15 sets made already. I think there's 18 primary schools, so we're not sure how we're going to go about it because of this COVID thing, but we definitely wanted to put one in the school today to try it.
Coach Mary says the objective is to have growing participation in women's soccer, as FIFA would like to have 60 million girls play in the sport by 2025. I'm Azure Quant, ZNES Total Sports.
Thanks, Aja. The O.B. Bushcombe Derek Nesbitt Junior Boys Tip-Off Basketball Classic Championship game wrapping up last night. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Tabernacle is the winner of the Junior Boys Tip-Off Classic after topping Jack Hayward 41-21. The top scorers for Tabernacle, Noah Bean with 12 points, Joshua Williams with 8, Aiden Miller with 5. Top scorers for Jack Hayward in the losing effort, Desmond Hall with 18, Tremont Parker with 3. The tournament MVP, Joshua Williams. Defensive player of the tournament, Dwight Jones. The coach of the tournament, Quincy Gray. All tournament team members, VJ Patrick of Grand Bahama Academy, Joshua Williams, Aiden Miller, Noah Bean, Dwight Jones, all of Tabernacle, Desmond Hall of Jack Hayward Jr., Elijah Roca of Sister Mary Patricia. The top defensive player award goes to Dwight Jones. The tournament MVP was Joshua Williams.